Hi, I'm Tom Smith. I'm a Project Officer for the Advanced Communication Technologies project, known as the ACT project. The ACT project are making a series of video blogs to promote ACT Week 2, which is running from the 6th to the 10th of May. The ACT project helps our businesses in Ireland and Wales better understand the opportunities that social media, the internet and other forms of communication have to offer for them. Today we'll be looking at a guide to setting up a Pinterest page. Pinterest is the social media that uses images, known as pins, and has an active user base of 70 million users to date. Let's get started.
We're using Google Chrome for this video tutorial, and I'll explain a little bit later on why we're using Google Chrome as a browser. But you can just search in there Pinterest and click on it and head to there. You'll be presented with the Join Pinterest page where you can sign up via email or Facebook. This is to create a personal account, but we're looking at creating a business account today. So you'll have to go to the small options across the bottom of the screen here, and you'll see that the third one along is business. So you'll click on businesses and you'll come to Join as a business page instead. If you've already got a personal account and you've been using it as part of your business, or you've not set it up in the right way, here at this point you can convert your personal account into a business account, but we're going to be creating a business account from scratch. So join as a business. So we'll have create business account page come up, and we'll have the normal standard fields that you would particularly see when you're signing up to any kind of website on there. So we've got business type, so we'll select from professional, public figure, media, brand, retailer, online marketplace, local business institution. Let's say that we're a retailer in this case. Retailers tend to, a lot of retailers tend to using Pinterest, but in fact 70 million businesses, as I said earlier, are actually starting to take on using Pinterest, which is just purely a visual form of social media. So let's select a retailer for our example page. Contact name. The contact name will be the actual person that's managing your page. So THOME and Smith. So that's us that are actually managing the page. Pinterest at actirelandwales.com. So we've set up some email addresses for the purpose of making these video tutorials, but you would use the email address that you wish to receive notifications to, or that you have direct access to. So pick your email. It could even be your work or business email in there as well. So pick a password, make it nice and secure so that nobody gets hold of your account and you lose access to it. So once we've done those first few details, then we've got the profile information. So it would be the name of your business. So you would put in the exact name of your business on there. So let's just call it as ACT Shop, if I spelt it any of that correctly. ACT Shop. In the username, a bit like how you can on Facebook, add a Facebook direct link. On here you can also do the same for Pinterest. So you've got www.pinterest.com/ and your business name. Some business names are taken, so you might need a variation of your name, or even putting a geographical location into it. But let's try ACT Shop. Let's see if that's available when we finish up on here. Then you need to put in an about section. You've got a limited character on this, so you've only got 160 to play with, so you keep it short and punchy, but underneath you can add a website so people can follow out to your website to find out more information. But in the about, you want to keep it very on topic for what your brand is and get all the information out there that you need for the people that are looking at your page. So the ACT Shop is open for hashtag ACT Week 2. So something like that, or something in our case that's just purely example, but if you wanted to put something there, say your hotel or your shop or your business is located in a particular location like Swansea, Carmarthen, Carlow, any of the places that are actually in our border or in our convergence, although my office is actually based in Swansea, which is not part of the convergence area. You could put that in there to say the ACT shop in Carmarthenshire is open for business from 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, something like that. We sell clothes, garments, furniture, objects, craft. But they can also link out to the website so people can actually go out there and look at what you're doing as a business. Once you've filled in those bits of information, you can click I agree to terms and conditions, and we can create account. Ooh. HTTP. So you can click create account, and that's going to create our Pinterest page. So welcome to Pinterest. The next few stages are pretty self-explanatory in terms of what Pinterest have done for you. So you can click, you get a quick tour as you join. So you can click next on there, and it says collect recipes, travel ideas, what inspires you. Each pin links back to the site it came from. So this is what we were going to explain a little bit later on about how Pinterest works in terms of you adding photos of your business or your items, and how they're always linked back to your actual Pinterest page or site, so that it's basically a huge source of online marketing for free. So click next on there. Now the fun part. It's going to ask you what you're interested in. So you can pick areas here on the page. You can go through from things from animals at the top there, right the way down to work it out, exercise. So you can look at the pages that are on here and look at what you're interested in, architecture. But we'll just finish up for now on here. And you'll see that this is actually our active live page now. So you can see up here we've got the ACT shop and the pin, and we've got the dashboard settings at the top, and this is some example posts from people that we may be inspired by. So it's a selection of all areas at the moment because we've yet to follow anybody or select areas of interest. Scroll back up to the top. It's also asking us to confirm our email account. Just like many online social medias, you'll need to confirm the email that you've put in as your email address, just to confirm that you're not a spam account or account that's been created by a computer. So do that as soon as possible, just so you actually get rid of the this notification here at the top of the page. So we got to here in the ACT shop in the top, and you've got some settings, your profile and your pins, and you can click on here. So we'll click on your profile and your pins. So you can see that we have no pins at the moment, and we're also being told, again through sort of the tutorial system built into Pinterest, what we can do and how we can do it, but we'll just close that for now. But I would recommend reading through those. So you've got this small box at the top which is about you, and on here as you hover over you'll see we'll have the option to change our profile picture, and there's also a little pencil icon here which we can click, which we can edit more information that we saw earlier on when we were creating our account. We'll add a picture in. Pictures that tend to be logos and brands don't do as well as personal pictures on Pinterest for some reason, but if you're quite a big business you might want to use your logo, or at least have your logo pinned on your very first boards that you create. But we're just going to choose for our ACT shop our everyday ACT logo that we always use. So we'll say profile here. So you see we've got our ACT logo now on there, which makes us a bit more clear and identifiable to people that are following us, or people that repin our pins, or pins that we repin from people on there. So we've done that. We can also then change anything we might want to on there. So we could say, let's say it's the 6th to the 10th of May. So you can add in more information if we've got the character count to allow us to do that. We can also change the location. I at the moment am in Swansea, so I would add this to be Swansea. So we can click Save Profile, and that just adds a few things. So we've got the geographical pin there now, and we've also got that bit of extra information that we just added. We've got an image uploaded and we've got the basic information up there. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get actually putting some content on our page. So to create a board, you'll see that there's a create a board icon here, and we can click on that, and it'll bring up a standard window box that we've seen throughout when editing, inputting our information. So we can give a name to the board, so we could put in products in terms of our shop, for instance, on here, and we can put product So products we sell in our Act 2 shop. What kind of board is this? So you can pick from categories on here. There is just underneath the women's fashion, there's one more that says other, which is just cut off by our screen recording. But we can click on any of these here. So we could put on, let's have a look, which would best reflect what we would be selling in our Act shop. Well, products, there we are. You can add a map to the board. So if it was, if we were doing any kind of, say, photography of a particular place, or we went to a particular place, so we went to a fair or a show, or to another retailer, we could actually add a map location on there. You can also keep it secret. So the keep it secret option allows you to post and pin ideas to boards, but the board is secret, so only you can see it. It's not seen by the general public or people that follow you or people that are searching for those pins with those sort of keywords or tags in them. So that's always very handy if you're creating a board to get yourself started and you just want to look at how pinning works, and you can start to pin things. But also creating secret boards is also a good way to store pins that you might be scheduling to pin later on. But we won't keep it secret in this case. Who can add pins? In here, you're the admin of your page, but you can add email addresses or the names of people on Pinterest to be able to add. So if you've got a small team working with you that are interested in pinning, you can add them to this so all people can pin to the board. Also, if you're a business where you want to work collaboratively with, say, the client or even your customer, you could do so. Say you're a bridal shop, for instance, you could start pinning ideas for a wedding for your customer, but you could also give them access to the same board so they can pin their ideas and the things that they've seen as well, to have a collaborative board taking place. So we'll create the board, and you'll see here that we're now in the board that's called products, and we're in our small description here. If we were to click back to the Act shop and we click back to our boards here, you'll see that we've got the products board on there. We still have create a board, and that will always appear at the front, so you can continue to create boards, but our product board is just there. You can also click on the edit, so we can edit those settings that we've just made on there, or you can even delete the board if you want to get rid of it and you're done with it. But let's click back onto on here. Now we've got the option to add a pin to this board. So as we click add a pin, we can add a pin from the web, from your computer, or from Pinterest itself. So if it's from the web, you can go to your own website and start to look at images on there. You can upload your images that you already have, or we can look at them through Pinterest. So because we actually don't have any pins at the moment, or we haven't selected an area of interest, it's going to generate some pins that we might like for that. Now we've got some examples to actually start pinning from on here. We can actually click on them and see what we've got. So we can go on to, let's have a look, products, means we've selected a product board, and we can actually start to look at products on here. So depending on what you are as a business, that will reflect what you actually look at on Pinterest, and you can tailor it so that you look at particular things. So you can find things that you enjoy or that are related to your brand. I'm just going to pick a few things at random just so I can get the board moving along. Let's have a little look. Plants. So once we find something we like, we can click on the post, and it'll bring the post up in large so you can see it. You can see that who posted it. So this was posted by Ed Bowden, and you can see medium, meteor, planter, and blue and brown. So you can see who posted it, and we can also say that we actually really like this, and by doing that we just click pin it, and that's going to pin it to the board of our choice. So in this case products, because we've made this board, and as the description you could say medium, blue, planter, or blue, and then you could add a description to this as you wish. So so you can put brilliant idea at the end of that and pin it, and that's going to pin it to your products board. Once you've pinned it, it's going to say yeah, you've officially pinned your first pin, and it's also going to give you an option to look at other things like the thing you've just pinned, so in this case plants, and it's going to give us those options on there. And if that's not the right for you, you can just click back and you'll go back to the pin. To get off this, if you just click in the grey area outside the pin, it will go back to the board that you're originally looking at on there. So, oh, we've got a picture of Cardiff here. So we could look at clicking on it, or if we can see enough from the picture that we like and we like the description there, we can just click the pin it button on there without needing to go into the larger scale first, and then we can pin it there directly from there. So we can say pin it to products. I know that's not a product in this case, but something I've seen. So let's pin that as well. Pin it. So now we've pinned a few things. We can go back to the top of the page. The Pinterest is infinity scroll, by the way, so you'll be able to just keep scrolling, and it'll keep generating things within that topic. When it runs out of areas of, say, product, it'll just start to generate things over and over again that it might have already generated, and they've just been posted multiple times. Pinterest tries to be unique in the sense that it tries not to cross-post things, so you won't, unlike Facebook or Twitter where you might go along and see the same thing being posted multiple times, that won't happen so much on Pinterest. It'll be that one person has pinned one image, and then all the pins you see of that image are all from the original source, so it stops the same image being pinned or uploaded by individual users 10 times and then those particular images flooding Pinterest's pages. So now we've done that, we can go back up to the top of the right hand side of the screen, and we can click on the Act shop here, and we can click View Profile and Pins. So if we click on there, we've still got the Getting Started section set up because we've just created our account, but you can see on there how to go through those areas, and if you're not interested in those, you can almost dismiss them as well. But it's going to give you the option to install a pin button, get a follow me button, or is it a pin as find? You follow me button using your Pinterest, and also verify your website where you've linked to in your description up here. But we can click on boards here, and we can go to our products page, and we can see there we are. So just give that a chance to refresh, and we can see the 3 pins we've posted in our products board on there. If we just go back one step as well, we can see that we've the first pin we chose has also become our cover photo for that there. We can change that, so we can pick one of the other images on the page, and we'll be able to edit the cover photo like so. But we can click on there, and we can see them all within. We can also edit the board on there again, and you can change, so as you pin things, if you suddenly notice a theme taking place, you could change that and just say, instead of products, it's just things and places, like so. So I won't change the description in this stage, but you'd be able to change how you work. And Act has a Pinterest board where all our boards are Act Loves Things, so you'll be able to go and look at our actual Act page and have a quick look and see some of the things that Act loves. Followers and following. At the moment we don't have any followers, and we're not following any boards. When you're searching for your categories, like we just were, say, in products, each user is located underneath the post, so it would be able to go back to the post that we were looking at. If we can actually, if I'll ever find the same post, probably not, but let's have a quick look. There we are. So we can actually click on the post again, and at the bottom, if we click on it, it will bring up the board of that particular user. Now we can follow the board of that user, so we can follow, if we like that they're posting particular products within that board, we can follow just the board, or we can actually follow the all of the boards of that particular user, so we can click follow all. We'd also be able to look at the information of that user, see who he follows and who is following him. So we can also see other things. So if you found a particular board that you liked, you can click on that board of the user and find other boards. They might have other boards that are actually quite interesting. So this one is a like board by this user Ed Bowden here. So, and it's got some interesting pins on there, so you can click on one and go, oh, I actually quite like that, and I'm going to pin that to things and places that we've set up. So pin it there. So, but to follow a user, you can just click follow boards there, and now we're following, and vice versa. If you suddenly decide that you don't want to follow that user, or that user's become is not posting anymore, or is posting things that aren't that you don't think is any good for what you need, you can unfollow a board as well. But you can also click on their followers or following, and you can look through. So these are the followers of this user here, and you can look through and basically explore what there is on there. And that's one way to build up your follower base and following base. The best way and the easiest way to sort of increase your engagement on there is to get pinning, is to start to increase pinning and just make a few boards. This is a very good number of boards. There's quite a few pins on a lot of these. You can see just here in the corner it'll tell you, so 205, 483, that's a lot of pins for each board. There's no limit, I don't believe. I'm probably wrong in that, but that's quite a lot of pins to begin with. But you know, if you have something like 10 to 20 pins per board and you create a range of boards that you like, it'll get you started, and it'll also get you potential followers by creating a diverse range. I'm going to click back on there, and I'm going to go back to our account up here, so your profile and your pins, and we're following, as you can see now, one board on there, and it shows us who we're following, and we can click follow, or we can click on follow on the boards. In terms of followers, you can invite people, or you can tweet your profile here. So you can click on tweet your profile, and that'll link into your Twitter account, and you can tweet about your profile to get people that are on Twitter and that also have Pinterest accounts to come over. I've also showed a video tutorial on how to set up a Twitter page for your business, so there should be no excuses in tweeting about your Pinterest profile either. That's it for setting up Pinterest in that respect. We'll be doing later videos on how to set up more, and why I explained about using Google Chrome for the browser on here. We'll be looking at how to add pin buttons to your profiles so that you can pin directly from your own website or any website that you visit that might not have integrated Pinterest pages. This will just speed things up, and it'll also mean that you're creating brand new content for Pinterest rather than just pinning pins that are already on Pinterest. That gives you a much higher chance of gaining followers and people visiting your page, which will then see the things that you're directly linked to in your business. So you pull people in with one thing, and then they see other areas of your business and what you're doing. And being a very visual form, you know, pictures speak 1,000 words, so it's, you know, people can get a very good idea of what you're doing in terms of business very quickly, because of seeing multiple image pinned on a board, but it's getting them in from outside. But we'll explain and show you how to do that later on. But this simply gets you on Pinterest and gets you a Pinterest page and allows you to start pinning and to start to engage with Pinterest and look at who's following, to follow people and who is following you in the early stages. That's great, thank you.
Hi, thanks for watching. Remember, Act Week 2 runs from the 6th to the 10th of May, and you can search our activities by using #ActWeek2. The ACT project is ERDF funded through the Wales Island Interreg 4A programme.